and welcome to Richardson Stadium, home of the Queen's Golden Gales in Kingston, Ontario. My name is KJ Kennemy, and I'm proud to bring you the OPFL inaugural BANTAM AAA Championship. Alongside me is Shane Cameron. Welcome, Shane, to your first ever broadcast for the OPFL.
Thank you.
You got to play for the JV Junior Mustangs this year. Talk about what it is, the opportunity that the OPFL has given you here to broadcast its first championship game ever for the BANTAM division.
This opportunity gives me a chance to look at what I want to do after football, get into sports broadcasting, and
So you and I did a little bit of study on the way up here. We were talking about the 10-0 Durham Dolphins, and they are the #1 seed playing in the East against the #1 seed from the West, the Hamilton Junior Ticats, 9-1. What's going to give here in this ball game?
I think it's going to be who can pass the ball. It's going to come down to who can pass the ball for sure, because if they can stop the run and force the pass and see who's the better QB,
well, I think
it's going to be a closer game.
And the two quarterbacks this year, Cameron Park out of Durham this year was 22 of 48 for 717 yards, 14.9 yards average per attempt, 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. And he did a really good job. Great running game, but he made some big throws all year for them.
Yeah.
And then you got Hamilton's quarterback, number 9, Evan Clark, 41 of 74, 669 yards passing, 6 TDs, 7 interceptions. So two solid quarterbacks. Both teams had scares last week. Last week, Durham was able to hold off the Ottawa Myers Riders after Owen Moretz got the ball down to the 3-yard line, and they kicked a single point to win 15-14. Yeah. And then, of course, the Junior Mustangs, the team that we're involved with, went into Hamilton. A great ball. Came down to the end, but Hamilton prevailed 20-13. So the two best teams are ready to kick it off. Are you ready for some football, fans?
I'm ready for football.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
We want to thank WeeStreem for bringing this live broadcast to you from the OPFL, from Kingston, Ontario. Where else would you rather be on a Sunday, August 6th? OPFL AAA action. We have a triple header today. The first game is going to be obviously the BANTAM AAA Championship between the Durham Dolphins, 10-0, versus the Hamilton Junior Ticats, 9-1. At 4 p.m., we will have the JV Championship, the Essex Ravens, 9-1, playing against the Cumberland Panthers, 7-3. And then in the nightcap, the granddaddy of them all, it's the Ottawa Sooners at 9-1 against the undefeated at 10-0 against the London Junior Mustangs, 10-0. This is going to be a great day of football. And here we go, the kickoff. Hamilton's kicking off from their white and black, kicking off to the gray and orange. Are you ready to go here?
I'm ready to go. Are you ready?
Here's the first kickoff for the first championship game here. And it's short, caught by number 5, I think.
Number 2.
Number 2, actually. It's the quarterback, Park. And he returns it. It looked like it was going out of bounds, but a nice little tackle there by the Hamilton Junior Ticats. And Park will start with his first series of the game. Talk about that kickoff right there.
Yeah, he brings it up to about the 45. He could have almost broke it, but just a little bit.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for Park, who was the recipient of that opening kickoff. And this kid can really sling the rock, fans. He's had a great season, but don't sleep on Mason Watson, number 4, and Owen Moretz, number 5, in the backfield. Gun split formation for Park, 2-by-2, and he comes out throwing right off the bat. And he throws it down the middle, and he's got a man, and it's incomplete. Right in and out of the hands of Moretz. Talk about that play there by number 44 on the defense there, Shane.
Number 44 had his back to the play and just got his hand in there real quick, and knocked the ball out. It was a close one. He went right through his hands.
Moretz was right there. That's Josh Clark on the defense of that Park pass to Moretz. So interesting, the leading rushing team, the leading offense in the OPFL BANTAM division of over 3,000 yards this year, Shane. And here comes Park once again, balanced, 2-by-2 formation. And he hands the ball off inside, and it's number 4's got the football, and he's going to get about an 8-yard gain. Talk about that run there. That was Mason Watson on the carry.
Right up the middle. They just couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a hole there, so moves the chains for a first down.
Oh, they actually gave him a first down. So it looked like they were running the outside zone. It looked like he cut it back inside there, Shane, and a nice run. And I'll tell you, the big strength of the Durham Dolphins is this offensive and defensive line that goes both ways. They are physical.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I formation. Under center, hands it
off
off
to number 4 again.
And 4's got it.
Oh, he's gone.
4's got it. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, the leading rusher in the league, and he could go, and he will. He makes a guy miss. and he's put out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, 14-yard line. Number 44 on the tackle once again, 53, sorry, in on the tackle for the junior Ticats. But what a run. Talk about that run there by Mason Watson.
Oh, he breaks it outside. He just almost broke it. Just tried to cut it back inside and got hit.
Trying to find Marest. Marest was blocking for him. Looked like he could have scored. But good play by the Hamilton Junior Ticats, keeping it out of the end zone. And here goes this juggernaut offense led by Mason Watson, 76 carries, 1,300 yards this year. And they hand it off to Marest, who I think is the best player in the BANTAM division. He fumbles the football, and Hamilton's got it. Wow, what a turn of events, folks. So Shane, on that play, they hand it off to what I believe arguably is the best player in the league, both two-way player. Yeah. Number 5, Owen Marest, the fullback. And Hamilton, and this is the thing about Hamilton. They're a physical football team. Yeah. They play the run really well. It's not often you see a big run like we just saw, and then they come up with a huge play. Wow, what a way to start for the Hamilton Junior Ticats, Shane.
That's an amazing start.
So here we go. Hamilton led by their quarterback, Evan Clark, number 9. So here he comes. He comes out in a balanced formation. Actually, no, he goes trips to the field. Gun split, one to the boundary. Motions all the way to the boundary here. His trip formation. And he looks and he's got a man. He's in trouble. And here comes that pressure. And they're going to get him for a sack at about the 1-yard line. And as I said, folks, I'm trying to get you the number here. But that Durham, talk Shane about that Durham Dolphins pressure.
Oh, I just came off the edge really quick. And the Hamilton O-line just could not get off the ball quick enough.
Yeah, that was amazing pressure. 93, Anthony Adams from his defensive end spot. And number 23, Jazante Smith with the pressure. A big sack, and this will bring up 2nd and forever. Let's call it 2nd and 21 for the Junior Ticats from their 1-yard line. Not where you want to be against this Hamilton vaunted Durham defense. Evan rolls out. He's got a man. He throws it. He's got him wide open. Oh, and he just overshoots a incomplete pass. Once again, the Durham defensive line with the pressure. Talk about the pressure the Durham defensive line is bringing right now.
They're bringing a 4-man pressure, and that linebacker's coming up, and the Hamilton O-line can just not get off the ball quick enough.
Yeah, well, they're trying to run that sprint formation, and you see the strength this year, like I believe, has been this offensive and defensive line for Durham. They're very well coached. They're exceptional athletes. They're not just guys that are big guys. They're guys that can move, and you can see it right here early on the first Hamilton possession. 3rd and about 21 for number 9, Evan Clark. He's got his trip formation to the field. He rolls. He's looking. He's going to get out of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Number 67 was in on the play. Hey, Shane, I'll tell you, this pressure that they're bringing right now is relentless. Number 67 with the pressure there for the Durham Dolphins. So the Junior Ticats, I think right now, Shane, the smart conventional wisdom would be to give up 2 points here.
Yeah.
And force either Durham to take the ball on their 35-yard line or punt from your own 35. We'll see what the Hamilton coaching staff decides to do. So Durham with a big run and then a fumble. We'll see what happens here from the Hamilton punter, who is pretty good. He does give up the 2. And the first points in the inaugural championship, AAA Bantam Championship, go to the Durham Dolphins, and the Durham Dolphins lead 2-0. Shane, talk about the first drive. What did you see out there?
They're just bringing a simple 4-man pressure, and Hamilton can just not get off the ball quick enough.
Yeah, so and then that first drive on great job by Hamilton causing that fumble after a big run by the running back from Durham. He's had himself a great year. That's Mason Watson.
Yeah.
And then Owen Marest, the guy that I've talked about all week, I believe is probably the best player in the OPFL Bantam division, I think, in the province. He fumbles on his first carry. So we'll see here as Durham is elected to take the ball on their 35-yard line. 1st and 10. The ball's in the middle of the field. And Park will come out. Cameron Park, number 2, will come out for his second possession. I formation, Marest at fullback, and Mason Watson at the tail. They hand it off tackle, little cutback, and here goes the ever-vaunted Mason Watson, and he's got some room. I don't know what this kid ate for breakfast, folks, but I'd like to have some. He's driven out by number 53, makes the tackle for the Hamilton Junior Ticats. Shane, talk about that cutback.
Yeah, that was an outside zone to the right, and he just cut it back all the way back. It's just seeing that Hamilton flows to the ball quick, and it's kind of bites back at them on that cutback.
Anthony Veneri was in on the tackle, saving another touchdown by the running back, Mason Watson. So I'll tell you, Mason Watson on his first 2 carries, guys, he's got to be approaching 100 yards on his first 2 carries. So here we go. I formation for Cameron Park. New fullback in the game. Maress is at tail. They hand it off to Maress, and here comes the big back, and this kid is a man-child, and he will go all the way. The first touchdown. Owen Maress makes up for the fumble, and that's a 26-yard touchdown run. Talk about that run, Shane.
That was just a simple ISO play, and he just bounced off everybody like he's butter.
Yeah, this guy's a man-child. I know you had your brother played with him in Pee Wee, and he's always been a big guy, but what a run. And 8-0 lead here for Durham. The fans are loud here at Richardson Stadium, home of the Queens Golden Gales. And the referees are blowing it dead here. But, you talk about the running game so far. Mason Watson and Owen Maress, outside of that fumble, I mean, they're fine. They're on all cylinders. Almost looks like they're in mid-game form.
Yeah, exceptional runs.
Here's the extra point attempt by the left-footed kicker. And it is blocked. And that could be huge because that makes it only an 8-point game. So it's 8-0 for Durham. And Hamilton's special teams, which have been very good all year. Last week they kicked 2 field goals to punch their ticket here to the OPFL final. So we'll see how Hamilton responds. They haven't been behind in a long time. It was week 1 when they played Ottawa, the same Ottawa team that lost 15-14 to Durham. And they have not trailed since. They've been basically a front-running team ever since then. They were able to vanquish Essex and the London Junior Mustangs. Of course, Cambridge in the first round. And they've been the class of the West, so we'll see how they respond here, down 8-0, 7:34 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to OPFL Championship Football. You're watching OPFL Championship Football on WeeStream. We're glad that you've joined us today. There's a great crowd out here. It's loud and boisterous. A beautiful day here at Queens Richardson Stadium. Great football day. It's not too cold, not too warm. The sun's out, a little bit of cloud, and here comes Durham's first kickoff. And this is one thing, Shane, that we talked about on the way up here. They got a really good kicking game. And there it is. Nice shot to the boundary, and it's dropped by the Hamilton returner. He picks it up. He's got some room, and this kick can go. And he's going to be brought down at about the 39-yard line. Nice return there by the Hamilton returner. So on the tackles, number 72 from Durham. And this will bring up a 1st and 10 and better field position here, Shane, don't you think, for the Junior Ticats? First time they started, on their 20, they got a sack, and they were going from their own 1-yard line. So much better field position here for the Junior Ticats, and we'll see what happens here, Shane.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Hamilton comes back out with after that first drive.
Hamilton had the 3rd best rushing attack in the league and the 4th best passing attack. And here's that motion again to the boundary. Something that Hamilton likes. Little play action from Clark. Clark looks. He's got some room, and he's going to run. And Clark is going to get about 6 or 7 yards. 23 was in on the tackle, Mr. Baptiste. Talked about him on the way up here. Like that kid, Baptiste. Good football player.
Yeah.
Talk about that play, Shane.
Oh, it looked like he was going to pass it, and nobody's open, so he took it and got a good about 8 yards there.
Yeah, nice little run there. And Evan Clark was relied heavily on Donovan Malloy, number 5, 71 carries this year, 756 yards for a 10.6 average. 2nd and about 2 here for the Hamilton Junior Ticat offense. They run a little bit of toss action. There's the cut up from the running back. He's got some room. He's trying to break it, and he will get a 1st down on about a 13-yard carry. Talk about that run on the toss there, Shane.
It was just a little toss, and it looked like they had him right away, and he just found that little cut. And he was gone.
Suffice to say, I think we're going to see a running game today.
Yeah.
Both teams very strong in the run game. And, of course, Durham vanquishing all the foes they played this year. Their toughest game was last week where they had to win on a rouge late in the game, 15-14, against a well-coached Ottawa team. So to bring up a 1st and 10 here for Evan Clark. 3rd play of this drive. Look for number 20, Luke Todoruk, his leading receiver, as one of the receivers as they go quads to the boundary motion. And he rolls to the boundary. Good protection. He throws. He's got his man wide open. And it is caught in a 1st down And I'll try to get you that number. I think it is.
The ref says no.
No. Actually, an incomplete pass. I don't know if we get the replay on that. That looked like a pretty darn good catch to me. Right on the sideline, kept his feet in and everything. So it is incomplete. So I'll bring up 2nd and 10, Shane.
Yeah.
So what did you see there?
That he just rolled out and he looked like he had it. I don't know. I didn't see it hit the ground. But.
Yeah, that's a tough call all the way from over here. But anyways, it's 2nd and 10 here for Evan Clark, as they like to run that motion. We saw a lot of that last week against Hamilton. This time he has trips quads to the field, and he throws that toss out to Malloy. Malloy cuts it back inside. Malloy makes the guy miss, and he's going to be very close, Shane, to another first down. Number 44 was in on the tackle for the Durham Dolphins. Talk about that cutback there.
Yeah, it was. I think it's going to be who finds the smallest hole, because it's looking to seem that everybody flows to the ball, and there's always that cutback. And I think that's going to be the biggest disadvantage.
So both teams, like you say, and that's a good point, Shane. I like that. You're talking about the cutback lanes. Both running backs using that early here. 1st and 10 for the junior Ticats with the ball at the Durham Dolphin 43-yard line. Trips to the field. Sends motion to the field to a quad look. And here comes that sprint out action. And he looks, and he's got his man in the flat, and he overshoots him with the pressure coming from number 20 from the Durham Dolphins. And talk about that overthrow there.
Yeah, he had pressure in his face, and he just wanted to put it up before he got sacked.
Yeah, Kalen Baptiste with the pressure, and Kalen coming out from his linebacker spot there, or two-back position, to bring that pressure. And so 2nd and 10 for the junior Ticats. Ball's close to the right hash. Just a reminder, fans, at 4 p.m. we have the JV championship, and at 7 p.m. the varsity OPFL inaugural championship between the Ottawa Sooners and the London Junior Mustangs. Here we go. Trips to the boundary here for Evan Clark. He hands it off inside on the draw to Malloy. Malloy cuts it back, and he's going to be very close to another first down. Number 5, Owen Marest on the tackle. And you see how Owen Marest, when he hits you, you go down.
Yeah, that's for sure. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and you saw him there. So it'll bring up 3rd and about 2 here, long 2, I guess, for Evan Clark. Is this 4-down territory, do you think, Shane?
I think this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, early in the game, down 8-0, and do you go for 2 if you score? I guess that's what's in the back of the Hamilton coaching staff.
I think you just kick the one in.
Here we go. Evan Clark hands it off to the big back up the middle, and he is going to be very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. We'll see where we get the spot here. What do you think of that run there, Shane?
They kind of looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication, but it still moves the chains.
Yeah, that's the big fullback there for the Hamilton Junior Ticats, number 32, Alex Moore on the carry. So the Junior Ticats with their 3rd first down of the drive, so they're answering the first touchdown run by Marest. And, of course, Watson on the first carry to get them into scoring position. The Junior Ticats are answering this drive, and here we go. Evan Clark quads to the field, and he rolls, and he's got some time. Nice seal on the edge. He looks, he's going deep. He's got a man in the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete, in and out of the arms. Great coverage there. We'll try to get you the number, as it's hard to see these orange numbers. I believe number 19 was on the coverage there for the Durham Dolphins. Talk about that play there, that throw and great coverage.
It was great protection from the O-line, and an even greater throw by the QB, and amazing coverage by the defense. And I think that could have went either way. That's for sure.
I'm trying to find the number here, guys. Number 19. Looks like it's number 18. Damian Foster went on the coverage there, doing a great job of not getting pass interference and breaking up that pass at the last second. And here goes Clark. He bounces outside. He's got some room, and it looks like he can run. And he's going to. And he's going to be maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. I'm not sure. It will depend on the spot. Looks like it's the 28-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 6. Looked like he had a lot of room there, Shane, but that defensive back once again closed for the Durham Dolphins.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere, but there is a flag.
Possible interference down the field. Looks like a rough play on Hamilton. So this is going to, I'm not sure if it was before or after the play. And you just don't want to take penalties like that early in this game. You got a nice drive going, 2:09 to go here in the first quarter on WeeStream OPFL Championship football game here at the Bantam level, AAA. You can't take penalties like that early in this game.
Yeah, it's going to come back and bite you, for sure. It takes a lot, you know, when you're driving down the field and you get a...
Why is it repeat first down? That's what I don't understand. It was second down. So I'm not sure I understand this call. It should be second down, shouldn't it, Shane?
It should be second down.
Yeah, it wasn't a first down
there we
play.
go.
No, they've called it first down. So if I'm Durham, I'm questioning this big time. They're going to give Hamilton an extra down here. This should be... Yeah, I think one of the... Yeah, I just heard one of the coaches, Shane, right there say that it was second down. So being in this great stadium, you can hear everything on the sideline.
Yeah.
So fans, just a reminder, the JV championship features the Essex Ravens, 9-1 versus the Cumberland Panthers, 7-3. It'll be live on WeeStream, 4 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., we'll have the varsity championship, London Junior Mustangs, 10-0 versus the 10-0 Ottawa Sooners. So it's 1st and 25. So I'm not sure what happened. They went back 5 yards. They didn't change it down. It should be second down, but anyways, nevertheless, Hamilton benefits from that as it's 1st and 25 here for Evan Clark. He's got trips to the field. He's under center. He throws the toss to the boundary. There's the cutback by Malloy, and Malloy is going to get about 5 of those yards back, Shane.
Yeah.
Damian Foster was in on the tackle. What do you think of that run?
They kind of closed them off right away, and yeah,
it seems when they run the toss to the numbers, they're getting a better blocking than when they run it to the weak side.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And what that tells you, folks, is that Durham all year has been a team that's outmatched all their opponents physically, one-on-one. So Hamilton, to be able to run the ball, so far they've done well when they've had the numbers as they're going to get here to the field. But they're actually going to roll out and throw. Clark looks, steps up, throws. He's got his man in the flat. He's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the, call it the Durham 36-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long here for Evan Clark. But a nice play to get some of those yards back.
Yeah, that definitely for sure. That was great protection. He had a guy in his face and just got it out real quick.
So with the rollout game, you can see what's happening. Durham's trying to get guys there. Yeah. And this time Evan Clark had to step up inside the pocket. He did a good job of that. And Evan Clark trying to get his team here with 1 minute to go. If anything, this keeps Durham's offense off the field, keeps your defense off the field. So a great drive, no matter what happens, but they'd really like to get points here, Shane.
Yes, sure.
Here we go, Evan Clark. He's got trips to the field.
Rolls out.
He looks, he throws, he's got his man, he throws it, and it's nearly intercepted. And number 19 again in on the coverage for the Durham Dolphins. So 4th and long, what do you do here? Do you punt it, try to get them a long field, or do you go for it? I think Hamilton's going to punt it here. And remember, they have a really good field goal kicker, so they may even attempt a field goal. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the field goal there. But
it'd be about a 40 from the 36. It'd be about a 47-yard field goal. I think they're going to punt it. And look for the onside formation from Hamilton. Actually, they're not an onside formation. And that punt is not a great punt. Goes out of bounds at about the 21 for Durham. As you can see the thought process, keep that away from, the two running backs, Marest, and of course the incumbent Mason Watson, who's really on this first 2 carries close to 100 yards.
Yes.
See his big number 67 comes off the field. He's a player for the Durham Dolphins. So the Dolphins hold after 4 first downs from the Junior Ticats, or 3 first downs from the Junior Ticats with 15 seconds to go and counting here in the first quarter, the first ever Bantam OPFL championship game. They are up 8-0, and Mr. Park is in at quarterback. Gun split, runs whip action, and he's got Marest out there leading the way. And what a play from behind. Number 53, I'll tell you, this kid's one heck of a football player. He single-handedly, I think, stopped the London Junior Mustangs last week. That's number 53, Anthony Veneri. Talk about that tackle, Shane. All the way from the backside.
Yeah, he came all the way from the backside. The rush didn't even know that he was coming. He came out of nowhere and just got him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good linebacker play when you're doing it from the field and you're doing it from the boundary and you're coming all the way to the field and tackling that whip action play, the jet sweep from behind. So at the end of one quarter, it is 8-0 for the Durham Dolphins over the Hamilton Junior Ticats. You're watching OPFL Championship Football AAA Variety on WeeStream. What a beautiful day for the championship day here at Richardson Stadium. Kingston, home of the Queens Golden Gales. 2nd and 6 for Durham here as the clock is run in. 12-minute quarters in the Bantam and JV division, 15 in the varsity. Here we go. Park. Gun split again. Motion. Hands it off inside, and the Hamilton Junior Ticat defense will have nothing doing with that as they wrap up Mason Watson for a loss of about 2. Talk about that play, Shane.
It just looked like they brought all the pressure there, and they couldn't get anything going.
Well, they showed the whip action, right, Shane?
Yeah.
And then they let the whip go and then handed the ball off inside on the inside zone, and Hamilton was not fooled. So a good job by the Hamilton defense. Here comes Park under center I formation, throws a little screen pass, and it's fumbled, and Hamilton's got it. What a turn of events, folks, as it was thrown to the receiver. Aiden Cook-Thompson, he dropped the football, and Hamilton's number 53, Veneri, was on top of the football, and I'll tell you, he's having himself one heck of a ball game here. Anthony Veneri and the Hamilton Junior Ticats are in the green zone, looking to cash in here early in the Bantam second quarter AAA final. They're trying to say, there's a 15-yard penalty on the Durham. They're calling it a forward pass, at least the Durham benches. But I don't think that matters. I think the referee said he caught it and then fumbled it. And the 15-yard penalty will now move the ball inside the red zone, half the distance to the goal. And they will have the ball on the 14-yard line, left hash of the Durham Dolphins. So not a smart penalty. 11:02 to go. Evan Clark comes out. He's got quads to the field. His back is in the backfield. Devin Malloy, there's the toss. Malloy looking to cut it back. Probably should have took it outside there, Shane. I'll let you talk about that. It looked like he had that outside.
He did.
He cut that back way too early.
Yeah, he thought somebody must have been coming off the edge, but that was wide open. He should have cooked it.
That would have been a touchdown. It'll be 2nd and 11 here for the Junior Ticats. And once again, you see that big number 67 for the Durham Dolphins. I'll tell you, he's one heck of a football player. That's a Nehemiah Ford Bowen in on the play there for the Hamilton Junior Ticats. Sorry, the Durham Dolphins. Evan Clark comes out, sends quads to the boundary. He looks to the boundary. He throws. He's got his man in the flat, and it is intercepted. And this could be big trouble. That's the quarterback, number 2, that's got it. He returns it, and he will be pushed out of bounds. And then a late hit at the end. No call. But on the play, that's number 22, Park, with the interception. You see this Cameron Park kid. He can play quarterback, Shane, and he can also play DB.
That was an amazing play by him. He seen the ball and he took it.
Yeah, he's just a little bit overthrown by Cameron Park. Evan Clark had a guy in the flat, just overshot the ball just a little bit, and a big interception, huge return by Park. And so that turnover, the 2 turnovers that Hamilton has had have not hurt them. They've actually translated into points. The first time 2 points, and now in an 8-0 ball game with 10 minutes to go, a big turnover of the ball on their 40-yard line, left hash. 2-by-2 I formation for Park. He's under center. He hands it off to the second back, Mason Watson. And this time the Hamilton Junior Ticat front 7 says nothing doing, Shane.
No. And Hamilton is just bringing more and more pressure now that they know that that's what Durham wants to do, is run the ball. They're bringing a lot more pressure, and it's going to force Durham to pass the ball for sure.
So here we go to bring up a 2nd and 9 here for Cameron Park, who just had that big interception at the goal line. For Durham, don't sleep on this wide receiver out here, number 10. He can play. Park, toss, outside, and this time Watson is hitting the backfield, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, stiff arm, but he's brought down once again by number 5 from Hamilton. And the junior Ticat defense is coming after the Durham Dolphins run game after those first 2 series.
Yeah, they're definitely going to make Durham pass the ball if they want to stay in this ball game.
Well, right, they're up 8-0. Case Shelley Watson, number 10, is a receiver I told you don't sleep on. He's last 2 times lined up far right on the right side of the field. We'll see where he lines up right now. It'll be 3rd and about 14 here for the Durham Dolphins. Park, gun split, balanced formation. He's got guys out of the backfield. He looks, he throws, and Watson catches it. Watson stiff arms the guy. He's got a first down and a lot more. Here goes Watson, and he will go all the way. Mason Watson, wow. How do you do with his big touchdown reception there? And that's going to be close to 75 yards on the play. What a play by Mason Watson, and a nice throw by Park into the seam. And that's one of the plays that they like to use all year, Shane.
Yeah, that's an amazing play. It looked like just out of his reach, and he just brought it in, and he was gone. Made a few guys miss and took it to the house.
Well, Durham has definitely come to play here, and you can see with the tenacity now they're up 14-0 with the extra point pending from number 17, their left-footed kicker.
47.
Is it 47? Sorry. Anthony Gostine lines up for his 2nd attempt, and it's blocked again. And so 14-0. And so these are important points. It would be 16 if he made the second one blocked here by Hamilton. So what a start to this ball game, fans, and we welcome you as you are watching WeeStream, and we are giving you live AAA action from the OPFL final from Queens Richardson Stadium, Kingston, Ontario. Beautiful day for championship football in the OPFL, the inaugural championship, the first ever BANTAM championship, and Durham, who's been the class of the BANTAM division, and I think probably the best team in the province outside of Hamilton and Ottawa and the Junior Mustangs, and even some of the guys, Chatham Cougars, who won the OFC championship yesterday. Congratulations. I mean, it's hard to say who the best team in Ontario is, but I'll tell you this Durham Dolphins team is vying for that right now, as they've come out on all cylinders. Big 14-0 lead. They've had 2 turnovers early, and were able to withstand them, Shane. And wow, what a start.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So if you're Hamilton right now, Shane, we'll talk about after this kickoff here. As he kicks it short to the left side, and it bounced off his hand, and I think Durham's going to get it. No, it went out of bounds, but I thought it hit the Hamilton's hands. But that was lucky. That could have been Hamilton's ball. What does Hamilton have to do to regroup, Shane?
Oh, they just got to come out strong and balance it a little bit. They're trying to pass it too much. Just run the ball, pound it. Looks like they're getting a good amount of yards off that. And force them to bring it down and put the ball up.
Yeah, I think Hamilton all year has been pretty balanced of attack. They've ran and thrown pretty evenly. So I think they'll be the ones that'll say they set up the run with the pass. So, but I think you're right. I think stick to the run a little bit more here. Try to get yourself back into the ball game. 8:24 to go. Their last drive, they had 3 first downs, and then a stupid penalty, 25-yard penalty, ended up putting them in. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 25.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history. So 14-0, or with 8:20 to go here in the first half. The junior Ticats come out in more of an I formation look, trips to the field, and they run the toss to the boundary. And there's the run, and he's going to get Marest on the tackle, about 5 yards, to bring up 2nd and a long 5-year. Shane, talk about that run.
It was just a little toss there, and he would have been gone, but Owen just came out of nowhere. Number 5. And just flew to the ball.
Yeah, Marest from his weak side linebacking position. Like I said, one of the best two-way players I've seen at the BANTAM level this year. He can run, he can catch, and he can certainly tackle. And he saw it on that play. 2nd and 6 here for the junior Ticats. Clark comes out. Got a little bit of rain here. A mist. Let's hope that doesn't hold. Ball's up high. Nice catch in the boundary, and he's going to have a first down. He's going to break a tackle, and oh my goodness! He is tackled by number 47 right at the ankles. That's the kicker with the tackle, the touchdown-saving tackle, and a big play as he finds Joshua Omofajo on a big catch and run and a big first down, 47 yards through the air. And you said come run, and the rain comes down, and they throw it, and they get a 47-yard gain.
Yeah.
So a big play here by Evan Clark and the Hamilton Junior Ticat offense. Ball, once again, this is their second trip into the red zone, fans, and if they've come away with no points, they got to get something here, at least 3, and they've got a pretty good field goal kicker. Big number 97 at fullback, Davon Stansbury, sets the edge to the boundary as they run the toss to Malloy, and Malloy's going to get about 3 or 4. And guess who on the tackle? Owen Morass, number 5, with another tackle for the Durham Dolphins. I want to say hi to my friend Patty Baker, who's watching on WeeStream. I want to thank WeeStream for the opportunity to bring this game in the OPFL, Bill Martindale, and all the staff for a great first season. And just trying to get the Durham roster here for you folks on our phone so we can give you both numbers as best we can here. I formation for Evan Clark, trips to the field, to the boundary. He looks inside, hands it off to Malloy. Malloy cuts it up, and he's close to a first down, Shane, as he's going to get, there's a late hit there at the end, and it is a first down, so a big run there by Malloy. And again, they went trips to the boundary and ran the ISO to the field, and you like that ISO play early in this game.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shane? Keep running ISO?
Keep running that ball.
Yeah, you really like that run, so here we go. First and goal here for the Junior Ticats, their first time inside the Durham 10-yard line.
Look for them.
6:12 to go. Excellent start to this Bantam Championship.
Look for them to pound it up the middle. It's open. It's open.
Stand inside. There you go, Malloy with a move, and this kid can motor, and he will score Hamilton's first touchdown. They're on the board. It's 14-6. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game here. The Bantam AAA Championship live from Richardson Stadium. Shane, talk about that run.
It looked like an inside zone, and he just bounced it outside. They forced him out. Like I said at the beginning of the drive, run the ball and see what the Durham defense can do.
Yeah, you called it, run the ISO, and that ISO play seems to be working this time. And I really like this Malloy kid. Solid football player. Doesn't look like he's a big guy, but he can sure cut and move on a dime. Here's the extra point. And this is where Hamilton, I think, has the edge. And it's driven through. We have a 14-7 ball game, 5:59 to go. Where else would you rather be on a Sunday? OPFL Championship, Kingston, Ontario. But if you can't be here, you're on WeeStream and you're watching us live as we're giving you the Bantam AAA Championship between the Durham Dolphins, 10-0, versus the Hamilton Junior Ticats, 9-1. And if you just joined us, the Junior Ticats fell behind as Dolphins had some big running plays and big interceptions, just big plays, and then a big touchdown reception by Mason Watson to go up 14-0, and they've just answered the bell here. It's 14-7 here in the second quarter with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. My name is KJ Kenemy, and I will bring you the play-by-play, and I got my color commentator, Shane Cameron. In his first game, we baptized him with the championship here, and there's a short kick, and Durham's number 20, Baptiste, gets on it, and I talked about this guy on the way up here. Shane, what a good football player number 20 is, Baptiste.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll talk about what he did there. He sank his hips.
Tried to grab it. It just bounced a little bit on him.
And he was able
He's lucky to grab it before the Hamilton comes down and grab it.
Yeah, really good technique by the outside linebacker, two-back for the Durham Dolphins. 5:55 to go here, and here comes Mr. Park. And this Park kid can really play. Cameron Park hands it off. There's Marest, and this is the big boy. This is the guy they got to stop, and they're not going to, as he just rumbles and stumbles and bumbles for a 20-yard gain, 21-yard gain. Shane, talk about the physicality of that run.
It looked like it should have been stopped, but he just kept running and moving his legs, and I think that's the biggest thing from running backs is just moving your legs, and you'll keep going.
Yeah, this Marest kid is something special. I know your brother had a chance to play with him in Pee Wee, and I'll tell you, he is by far, I think, it's tough to say who the best player in Ontario is, but he's in my top 5 and probably my top 2.
That definitely for sure.
Here comes Park, under center, hands it off, and there's Mason Watson vying for his best player. And so far, Mason Watson, he's had 3 big plays, 2 early, and then the touchdown reception. But they bottled him up ever since, and Hamilton's done a good job on him. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Joseph Sardo was in on the tackle for the Hamilton Junior Ticats.
Well, it seems that Durham keeps trying to run the ISO with him, and they're bringing the pressure right up the middle.
Yeah, it looks like when they run boundaries, so they've had the success since the first quarter. Here we go. Weird formation, almost like a bunch, quads bunch. And there's the toss to Marest. And Marest trying to make a move. And nice. Oh, what a move. Shane, talk about that. He was bottled up in the backfield by number 42. He's still broken and got a first down.
He slipped off like butter.
Yeah, slipped off like butter. I like that. That's a good analogy. So the Butterman Marest. The ground and pound of the Durham Dolphins, Mason Watson, Marest, and even Evan Clark, who can run if he wants to. The junior Ticats defense has done a pretty good job against the run. Seem to be tired as they're out there once again, 4:11 to go, I formation. And you can see the mentality. They're just going to pound the rock. And there he goes, Mason Watson. And they're not going to have an answer for him. He will go all the way. Touchdown.
And on that play.
What do you think? Go ahead, Shane.
On that play, it was just a simple ISO, and they bunched it up the middle. He bounced outside. Like I said, if they can get it outside, they're gone.
Yeah, Mason Watson. You know what I'm seeing right now, Shane, is the junior Ticat defense is tired.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're just tackling. I mean, this Durham front, their offensive line, even their receivers, they're great blockers, but that offensive line is huge. The running backs are talented and strong, and they look worn down here with 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
I think you're seeing what team is more physical right now.
And that extra point skips through by the chin of the chinny chin chin. A new kicker goes in. That's number 10, the wide receiver. And this guy, if he makes a play, you'll see him talk a little bit. He's a pretty talented player himself, and he likes to dance a little bit. Shelley Watson with the extra point. And so finally, the Durham gets an extra point. It's 21-7.
Yeah.
So here we go. The kickoff guy, the left-footed kicker, number 47, comes into the ball game for Durham. What a start to this game, a torrid pace, and we'll see if Hamilton's able to keep up the good work. We got another shout out from London. That's the Hendersons. Thanks for all that you do for our Junior Mustang program and shouting us out on WeeStream. Once again, want to thank WeeStream for bringing this inaugural championship day here, OPFL style AAA football, the best of the best, first year. And we're able to bring it to you on WeeStream live from Kingston, Ontario, Richardson Stadium. Here's the kickoff. And the ball slides off. So they're going to have to redo it as the referees blow the whistle. 21-7 here. You really think the Ticats here, Shane, need to get a drive going and kind of go to the half, down either 2 scores or 1 score at the worst. Another short kick and bounces. Number 20's got it. And number 20 for the Hamilton Junior Ticats. I like what he did there. That's Luke Todorock, the star receiver. Talk about what he just did there on that onside kick.
Well, he looked like he was going to get it, and it looked like his foot just went out of him. And he kind of just slipped there.
He just went down.
Yeah.
And just, save. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to return it with no protection or no blocking scheme set up. So the Junior Ticats with good field position. The ball will start about their 40-yard line left hash for Evan Clark, the last drive. They went right down the field and scored and made it a 1-score ball game as the clock's in with 3:46 and counting here for Evan Clark. And they get the trips motion going to the field. And they go with the toss to the boundary. That's what they like to do. And here goes Malloy. Malloy makes a guy miss, and he gets out of bounds. And Malloy's going to get about 6 yards. Talk about that run.
He just keeps moving. He's a shifty kid. And just it was a little toss, and they got him right away, and he kept moving.
Yeah, number 15 was in on the tackle, Ty Harris, coming from his corner position, boundary corner position to make that play. So 2nd and about 2 here for Evan Clark and the Hamilton Junior Ticats. And they line up with the trips to the field. And the big fullback heads over and looked like that was an illegal formation. Clark looks, he's got a man. And great coverage. And I mean great coverage. Shane, talk about the coverage from number 19 right there.
He was not letting anything go to him. And it was just a little overthrown by Clark, but it was outstanding coverage by number
19 is Noche Amutu. And he's figured in a couple plays this game with great coverage. And I'll tell you, That was phenomenal. No pass interference, great body positioning, and took away that fade route that Clark was trying to hit to the field. So 3rd and 2, and you talked about running the football with 2:49 to go as the clock stops. I'm not sure why it's running on an incomplete pass. Not sure why the clock is running on an incomplete pass under 3 minutes. Clark fumbles the ball, picks it up, and basically avoids disaster.
Yeah.
Talk about it, Shane.
Yeah, I think the ball, it's a little bit wet on the field right now, and the ball just slipped out of his hands as he went to go hand off the ball. And he did the smart thing to go down instead of losing and risking the injury, right?
Or losing yards. So 4th down, and Hamilton sends the punt team onto the field. So the Junior Ticats, one of the better kicking teams in the league. Usually they have an onside system that they employ, but for whatever reasons this week, they're lined up with 2 guys wide at the wings, but they're not behind the kicker. Not sure what the reasoning for, and there's a nice high punt. The only problem is a flag, and it's into the hands of Owen Marest, who juggles it. It goes to the ground. He picks it up, and here goes Marest. He looks for a crease. He bounces outside, and he's going to be brought down at about the Durham Dolphin 44-yard line, but there are 2 flags on the play, so we'll wait.
Oh, there's 3. There's one. They've got all over the field.
So a lot of flags there. So we'll see what they call it. It looks like it might be, it could be.
Too many men.
If it's too many men, it's an automatic first down for the Giant Ticats. I don't know if we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they've got 13 guys. Durham's got 13 guys on the field right now. That's an automatic first down for the Junior Ticats. What a break, Shane, late in the half. Huge break for the Junior Ticats.
That is a huge break. It keeps the drive going, and
keeps the ball out of Durham's hands. I mean, the defense is reeling right now, playing against this vaunted Durham running game. So a mix-up there on special teams, and that's going to cost the Durham Dolphins. Marest comes off 2. Defense is on the field, and Durham is kind of confused here. So, not sure what's going on, but Durham does have 12, but Marest isn't on the field. And this could be a chance for Hamilton to strike.
Oh,
there's
and
a big
the
hit.
Ball's out.
And that's number 67. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This kid, we talked about Owen Marest, but I'll tell you something. As a lineman, there is no better than this kid at left tackle and at defensive tackle. And that's number 67, Nehemiah Ford Bowen. Talk about that play there, Shane.
He came out of nowhere. He just came in there and took the ball out. And it was recovered by number 81.
It just seems like the fullback from Hamilton seems to be lost out there. Like he should have made that block, and he just kind of let Bowen run by him, and boom, smack Clark, and the fumble came out.
I've noticed that play. He just stands there, and he's not really a big impact
he's a really
there.
Good football player. It's just for some reason it seems like
he's not making an impact right now.
Struggle here early. And there he goes. Marest breaks a tackle, and he's finally brought down by number 53. You're not going to break too many tackles when Vinaneri has got his arms around you, Shane.
Vinaneri is just all over the field today. It seems that there's not many tackles that he's not in there.
Involved, yeah. So here we go, second and about 8 here for Durham with 2:04 to go here in the first half. First ever Bantam OPFL Championship football game. The inaugural championship. The Durham Dolphins 10-0. The class of the league playing the Hamilton Junior Ticats 9-1. East versus West. And right now, West is having themselves a ball game. And there it is once again, number 53, Vinaneri on Marest. The 2 men, if you will, of this division. And Vinaneri stops him for a 5-yard loss.
He came right up the middle untouched. It's very unsurprising.
So here we go. 3rd and long for Park. Last time on 3rd and long, he hit Mason Watson out of the backfield for a 70-plus yard touchdown. We'll see what he does here. Park, who's got a pretty good arm, hasn't had to throw a lot this year, but he's a great safety, can run. He can do it all. He's in gun here in this bunch formation, and he throws a toss out to Marest. And Marest has got some room, and he's going to make a guy miss. And Marest is going to rumble and stumble. He makes a cutback, cuts back again. Marest is bouncing it. He will go, folks, all the way. Owen Marest on 3rd and forever a 43-yard touchdown run, and Shane, Durham has blown the doors wide open on this one.
Yeah, and I told you it'd come down to the run game. Whoever can stop the run game and whoever can run the ball is going to go up.
Yeah, and talking to Bill Martindale, the vice president of the OPFL, and Terry Barkley, they were saying whoever makes the most mistakes, but right now it's Durham who's just answering the bell play after play. Their athletes are just outperforming Hamilton's.
And time again, it looks like Owen just has butter on himself. He's slipping off everyone.
Yeah, maybe they should check him. I don't know. He's hard to bring down, though. We struggled against him. And the Ticats
just put it in.
He made the extra point. It looked like one referee said no, and the other one said he made it. So they did block it, but it did go through. So a 28-7 lead for the Durham Dolphins with 1:23 to go. And the Durham fans are loud here, Shane.
They definitely came. They made the trip down the 401.
And you guess their case could be made for the Ottawa Sooners last week. 15-14 losers on the road in Durham, and what a football game that was. Durham to get here, and then of course the Junior Ticats vanquishing the Junior Mustangs 20-13. So lots of football left. Hamilton is explosive. They have the ability to come back. What do they got to do here, Shane? 1:23 to go.
I think they can run the ball a little bit, force Durham to bring pressure and put it up. Yeah. Make the athletes.
Well, with 1:23 to go, I think Durham will probably be playing against a long pass. So you're right. Run the football a little bit here. And here we go. There's the kick, nice and high, short, and it's gonna bounce into. And
Durham
right
recovers.
now,
Durham recovers.
Yeah, Marest's got the football. Number 5, Owen Marest. What a ball player. And right now the Ticats just looking mesmerized. I feel bad because this is a really good football team. Yeah. They can play, and hopefully they'll be able to regroup at halftime. But with 1:20 to go here, you've got to stop the Dolphins here. Yeah. Can't give up any more points.
It's coming looking down to who makes the most mistakes right now, and it's Hamilton making the most mistakes, and you can it's reflecting on the scoreboard, and you can see it.
Yeah, Hamilton's got a talented quarterback, talented run game. Their linebacker 53, Anthony Veneris, had himself a great first half, but you wouldn't know it. Durham up 28-7 as they went to their big boys early and often here. Here comes Park. In gun formation, he's got 2 backs in the backfield. One set off in a hammer type look. He's looking, he's got his man, he's throwing it deep, he's got his man deep, and he nearly gets. That's number 18, Damian Foster. Sorry, number 10, Kai Shelley Watson. What he was looking for on that pass is just incomplete. As he threw it a little bit early there, Shane. But
yeah, he just overthrew him there.
And first down, take a shot. You got a good running game, and 1:14 to go.
Yeah, and I think being up, you can take those chances.
Well, they had one-on-one regardless, right?
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 here, 1:14 to go in the first half.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and throw the ball again with 1:23 left, and there
it is, a little screen pass, and it's behind. That ball's live, and it is a loss of about 10 yards. Number 24, Harriot wasn't able to corral that ball, and going to bring up 3rd and forever here. Once again, last time they were in this 3rd and very long, they found Owen Mason out of the backfield for a 70-plus yard touchdown reception. So we'll see what Park does here. Now the Junior Ticats choose to defend them. They leave single coverage. Trips to the boundary for Park. He's looking to run here, and he does not escape. And that's number 54 for the Hamilton Junior Ticats, Hunter Craig, the 2nd leading point getter for the Junior Ticats this year with the sack. So 47.7 seconds left. We'll see if Hamilton takes a timeout and stops the clock here, Shane.
I wouldn't be surprised. They have two left, and there's 47 seconds left.
So fans, just a reminder, at 4 p.m. we got the JV Championship. Cumberland will be coming in to play the Essex Ravens. And at 7 p.m., the Ottawa Sooners in their first OPFL Varsity Championship, the granddaddy of them all. It'll be them versus the London Junior Mustangs. Park's looking to fake it, and he does fake it, and he's going to punt it now, and he fakes it again. And Park is still running, and Park's going to get, what a block. And they're going to call the flag on it. And Park's going to score or come very close to scoring He does score, but it's going to come back. I'll tell you, I thought it was a clean block, Shane.
In my eyes, it looked like a clean block, but
I don't know if we can get that replay, but I'll tell you, to me, that was a pretty clean block. I mean, unless he didn't extend his arms, that would be the only thing. He didn't extend his arms, so he must have hit him with his shoulder. We're getting some of our people here that are helping us in the press box, and that's Colin Cameron, Shane's little brother, and he said that he threw his shoulder into the Hamilton defender, which is no longer allowed on open field. You have to use extended arms. It is the rule change, and this year a lot of teams have had to see it come back and haunt them, so that touchdown will be called back. So we'll see what happens here if Durham's going to punt it with 18 seconds to go here, Shane.
I think they do and get out of the half. Well, they can.
The Junior Ticats are a pretty good punt return team. They've returned 2 punts for touchdowns. 3 punts for touchdowns this year. So we'll see what happens with 18 seconds to go. And just the president was just here, and he just kind of walked away from me. I was going to hopefully get him at halftime, but we'll try to get you someone at halftime, a little interview on WeeStream. 18 seconds to go. Park is exhausted. They're bringing a new kicker, I think. As a head coach from Durham is kind of getting clarification on the rule.
They're sitting. I heard a little bit. They're talking about putting the defense on the field. I don't know if he's what they're trying to do here.
I don't know what they're talking about. No, it's not. It's a punt right now. They have to punt it. There's no. So Durham vying for their first championship at the AAA level. They got a pretty good year. They had 2 teams. All 3 teams made the playoffs this year. Their varsity team bowing out last week to Ottawa, 26-0. Each team this weekend had an opportunity to put 2 teams into the finals, but it didn't work out that way, as each team has got 1 team in, which shows the parity of the OPFL. Here's the punt. Park drives an end-over-end kick to number. This guy's dangerous as he gets the football, and he's going to try and make a guy miss. He makes another guy miss, and he's going to be out of bounds with 3 seconds left. And really, they're in field goal range. We'll see what the Junior Ticats decide to do here. 3 seconds left. Will Harris on the return for the Hamilton Junior Ticats.
And again, that tackle's made by Owen Morass. He comes out of nowhere. He just seems to be everywhere on the field today.
Yeah, Morass from his right up back position, making a tackle all the way on the left side of the field, saving a touchdown. And that's what it's been so far. It's been like this all year. The Durham Dolphins, quality football team, well coached, but it's their physicality. It's the players that they have, number 90, number 93, number 10. They are just on a different level. And, of course, this Morass kid, number 5. I mean, he can play linebacker, he can play running back. When they designed a football player, Owen Morass was the guy that they used, I believe, to describe a football player, number 5, for the Durham Dolphins.
Yeah, like you said, I believe you put him anywhere, he'll make a play.
So we'll see here with 3 seconds left if they're going to try the field goal. It would be at this point a 37-yard attempt from the left hash. A little bit of wind blowing from left to right here. Looks like he's got the wind with him. He just have to actually be from the right hash, so a little bit tougher of a kick. And they are going to try the field goal. Good decision by the Hamilton Junior Ticat coaching staff. Here comes the attempt. Now watch Durham on the return. They sent 3 guys out. There's the kick, and it's wide, and they'll get the point. So on the last play of the half, Shane, Hamilton gets a point. It's 28-8. There's lots of football left. You're down by 20. What does Hamilton have to do to regroup here for the second half?
Like I said, just go back to the run game. Really look at trying to stop the run from the strong run game from the Durham, and you know it could be a close game. Just fix the mistakes that's kind of happening, and we could see a closer game than what we're seeing right now.
And I think if Durham, they go into the dressing room, I guess when you have a lead like this, it's just keep rolling on all cylinders. Don't let up, because anything can happen in Canadian football. So fans, with that, we have we're glad to have be able to bring you this ball game. I'm KJ Kennemy. I'm doing the play-by-play for all 3 games today, and I've got Shane Cameron on the sticks here doing the color for us, one of our JV players. So I want to thank you for coming out and on WeeStream, watching our live stream from Richardson Stadium of the OPFL inaugural championships. And Shane, it's been a beautiful venue here. It's been a beautiful day so far. A little bit of rain, but it's kind of going away.
Yeah.
How excited are you about being here?
I'm really excited. This stadium is state of the art, man. It's amazing.
So we'll see what we do here for halftime. We might have a couple of interviews, but it is halftime, so we're going to take a little bit of a break and let you enjoy some of the sights and sounds here at Richardson Stadium. It is the Durham Dolphins 28, the Hamilton Junior Ticats 8, first ever OPFL Bantam AAA Championship. We'll be right back with the second half call. Well, welcome back, fans, as we are back here for the second half. Hamilton has won the toss. They will receive. It is the Durham Dolphins 28, the Hamilton Junior Ticats 8 in the first ever BANTAM AAA championship football game here for the OPFL in their first inaugural championship. The game is live streamed from WeeStreem, Ontario's premier professional live streaming company. And we're from Richardson Stadium here in Kingston, Ontario, home of the Queen's Golden Gales, campus of Queen's University. And I'm KJ Kenneman. I'm giving you the play-by-play account of all three games today. And on the color on the sticks here, Shane Cameron. Shane, how'd you enjoy your first half of football commentating?
It was an amazing first half. Seeing it from not being on the field and seeing it from the booth it's amazing.
Well, like you said here, we need the Junior Ticats here to give us a good little drive here to keep this interesting. The Durham Dolphins on all cylinders, led by Owen Marest Park, their quarterback, and of course the incumbent Mason Watson, the leading rusher in the OPFL Bantam division. So here's the first kickoff, nice and high, and the Hamilton Junior Ticat guy gets it, returns it, and he is going to go down at about the Junior Ticat 49-yard line. Shane.
Yeah, it was just they came down really quick, and it was a little onside. And
yeah, that's Luke Tartaret, the leading receiver for the Junior Ticats. We'll talk about the coaching staff. So Durham is led by Darren Diedrich, Sal F., Richard Carey, the owner, Brad Park, Mark Henry, Brock Van Deer, Phil de Coussever, and Josh Fisher. They have done a heck of a job with this team. Probably one of the best, I think, pound-for-pound football teams that I've seen in a long time at the Bantam division. Here we go. Evan Clark, 1st and 10, trips to the field, hands it off inside, that ISO play. But this time, number 67 is not having anything doing with that play, and a good tackle there, Shane.
Yeah, and 67's been a disruptive player all game.
Yeah, Bowen's been one heck of a ball player.
And like I said, I think the biggest challenge for it is to not let it go outside for both teams. Once they get the ball outside, they're gone. Yeah, both teams, they've had a difficulty stopping the outside run. Some of the bounce plays that we've talked about, and right now, Evan Clark, 2nd and 9 from the 50 of the Junior Ticats. He's in gun formation. He looks, he's got a screen, throws a screen pass out to the boundary, and boy, the Durham Dolphins, Shane, they're all over it. Yeah, Durham's coming out with their foot on the gas pedal again.
Yeah, they're trying to do. They don't want. They understand that Hamilton's a dangerous football team, and they're trying to put them away here early. Some pretty good defense here on the first drive. The Hamilton Junior Ticats are led by head coach Chris Bartolomeo, Jack Berry, Dennis Stansberry, John Stronaker, Joe Sardo, Steve Moore, Dave Ellis, Brent Howlett, Joe Martindale. They've got a slew of a good crew that helps out these Hamilton Junior Ticat players. So here we go. Evan Clark comes out 3rd and 10. He's got quads to the boundary, and he's rolling out to the boundary. But once again, the pressure, unbelievable. He tries to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and he does not. That will be grounding. It'll be a loss of down at the point of where he threw the football, and it'll be 4th down.
And again, right in his face is 67, Bowen.
Yeah, that's got to be grounding. I know they're looking for the pass interference call, but I'll tell you, number 67, and you said it earlier, Shane, this kid Bowen, we talk about Marest and we talk about all these other great players for the Durham Dolphins, but Nehemiah Ford Bowen, wow. Do you see that play he just made with 3 blockers on him, and he just kind of blew them all up and forced Clark to throw that football away?
I think he's the dark horse in this game.
Yeah, well, he's definitely been a catalyst for sure, as he plays O-line and D-line, and he's been a force to be reckoned with. Hamilton Junior Ticats have not found an answer to stop his motor. So here we go, the punt team. Normally they line up onside, but they're balanced this week. And there's the kick, and it's line drive. And you can see the mentality once again, Shane. They don't want to kick it to Marest or Watson.
Yeah, they're trying to get it out of bounds as far down as field, but trying to not give it to the 2 big returners. But
the thing is, that punt only netted about 5 yards, and so if you're Hamilton, you got 5 yards on that drive. Then flip the field. Now you got to face this Durham offense, and look at them come out in the size of the number 90, number 30. These guys are monsters. Nicholas Captain, number 90, and number 30 for the Durham Dolphins, Kendrick Dietrich. Another defensive line, offensive line extraordinaire. as they bring Park under center. I formation, toss. This time it goes to number 4, Mason Watson. And Mason Watson follows a convoy of blockers, and he's going to get a first down out of bounds at about the the Hamilton Junior Ticat 43-yard line. And once again, Shane, the Durham offense is rolling.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to those receivers blocking and pushing down the field.
Yeah, excellent job by the Dolphins. You know, it's not like they run a whole bunch of stuff, but what they run it really well. They're really coached, fundamentally sound, and again, athletically, they're they've done what they've done all year, and they're doing it today. So the Junior Ticats trying to battle and keep this one, stay in this ball game. They need a stop here from the defense. Park I formation. There's a little counter action. They give it to Marest, and Marest will go all the way. Owen Marest. Wow, they faked the toss and they ran a trap, fullback trap to Marest. Talk about that play there, Shane.
That play looked like it should have been stopped right away. There was 2 guys right in his face, and he just slipped off once again.
But the toss action and the pulling, and then that kind of took the D tackle, and then they trapped him. So it kind of worked in the favor of Durham, and Durham has blown this game open now. It's 34-8 with the extra point pending from Park as he will attempt his first extra point of the ball game. This is the one area they've struggled. Hamilton has blocked 2, almost blocked 3. Here it is, down and up, and Park drives it through. And the Durham Dolphins are up 35-8 here in the Bantam AAA Championship on WeeStream. The OPFL inaugural championship here from Richardson Stadium, Kingston, Ontario. Home of the Queen's Golden Gales. Not a place that I found friendly in my college career, Shane. But nevertheless, what a beautiful stadium. It's different since 1990, which was a long time ago, the 90s. But we got a whale of a ball game for you folks coming up next, 4 p.m. The Cumberland Panthers come in to take on the Essex Ravens. Jake Hayden, 2 solid quarterbacks and 2 well-coached teams, and Jeff Karate for the Panthers and Austin Kennedy for the Essex Ravens. And then at 7 p.m. it's the Ottawa Sooners in their first season as a team in the varsity championship, led by J.P. Simakata versus the London Junior Mustangs, led by Tazzy Vang Bell. 7 p.m. on WeeStream. High kick. Todorock gets it again, and he's driven. They're just kicking it to him. That poor guy's taking a beating here, Shane.
All right, but he's catching the ball every time, and you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Those guys are big and coming at him.
Yeah, they're coming at him with that's Luke Todorock, number 20, the leading receiver and backup quarterback for the Hamilton Junior Ticats. Evan Clark comes out. 35-8, 9:02 to go for the Durham Dolphins.
Hamilton needs to do something on this drive, or it's going to go to hand.
So here we go. Trips formation. They motion to the right. They go toss to the boundary to Malloy. Malloy breaks a tackle, or tries to break a tackle, but he's brought up, and guess who is in on the play? Trying to get you the number. I think it's 67 once again. A gain of about a yard. 94 actually in on the play this time for the Durham Dolphins. And the Durham, I mean, their front is just, whether it's 94, 90, 67, it doesn't matter. 94 Anthony Adams with the play there.
No matter what, that defensive front is just,
yeah,
it's been dominating all game.
It's in Bantam. If you can get 4 guys that can play, you're going to be pretty good. There's the jet sweep to Malloy. Malloy cuts it back, and he's brought down by 2, number 81.
And number 20,
and number 20 Baptiste on the play. And that's why we like that Baptiste kid. He stays at home on the jet sweep, makes a good tackle. Brings up about 3rd and 5 here for the Junior Ticats. 7:44 to go here as they bring some of the big boys out and bring some pass defenders on the field. Durham defense showing their versatility. Third and 5 here for Clark. Quads to the boundary. Play action, fakes the, Clark's gonna run for his life here. Number 81 has got him. What a play. Wow, number 81, Shane, coming all the way from his defensive end position. He's a backup. Shane, we didn't see him in the first half. That's Alex Rideout on the sack. What a play.
Yeah, and it's good to have players that can come off the bench and just make plays like that.
Well, you saw they brought in their sub package. They took out 2 big guys. But Rhino comes in and makes a huge play and chases the very versatile and nifty Evan Clark down. And it's been a long day since it was 14-7. This game has not been close since then. And so here comes the punting team trying to keep it away from Marest as they better punt as it goes out of bounds. Marest tries to get it. Nice high punt that goes out of bounds, and much better this time from the Hamilton punter. And Durham will start with the ball on their 42-yard line, Shane.
Yeah, but Durham, look for Durham to run the ball again, and that's what seems to be working. And once Hamilton has an answer, they'll go back to the air.
Yeah, that's what's happened. And, Hamilton did a good job in the early going, especially after the first 2 big runs by Mason Watson. And then Hamilton kind of turned the tables on them, stuffing the run a little bit. And that pass kind of opened it up, like you said. Here comes the jet sweep. Park keeps it off the play action. Park is going to go down for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Host of Junior Ticats, Josh Clark, was in on the tackle for the Junior Ticats, Shane.
Yeah, that was just a simple little outside run play, and just to move the ball on every single play, it makes it easier for passing downs. You know what I mean? If you can get 4 or 5 yards off of every carry, that's all we can ask for.
High formation for Park. He hands it off to the second man, Mason Watson. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, nice in the move, and Mason Watson is off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, he will go all the way. Mason Watson does a Usain Bolt at the end, cracks that finish line, and with 5:44 to go, the Durham Dolphins have trying to cement themselves as the BANTAM AAA champions. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, the Hamilton Junior Ticats are a formidable foe, but I'll tell you, today Durham is playing at a high level. Here comes the extra point by Park. And the extra point is up and good, and Park gets his second one. And with 5:44 to go, it is 42-8 for the Durham Dolphins. And Richard Carey looks pretty happy out there. He seems very focused. Lots of football to be played here with 5:44 to go, Shane.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it's 42-8, and a strong Ticats team that just needs to make some plays. They're still in this. They can come back. You can never count yourself out.
Yeah, the Junior Ticats last week were down 33-9 in London in the varsity level, and they came back and almost came all the way back. So ended up losing 40-23. But this is a little bit different here. The Durham Dolphins cementing themselves. I got to say this. I coach in this division. I coach against this team, and pound for pound, I mean, when you want to talk about scheme, that's one thing, but it's not like they're trying to fool you. But boy, do they do everything they do really, really well. Fundamentally sound, well-coached football team, well-deserving of this 42-8 lead. Another high kick, and it looks like they're going to get it here. And Hamilton jumps on it. And I think it's the Junior Ticat football, but that looked like that was up for grabs. And it looked like 2 or 3 Dolphins were around the ball, but they weren't sure if it was past 10 yards. So first down here for Evan Clark, and 42-8. This game is definitely in the realm of, the point of no return. But like you said, Canadian football, lots of time left. Anything can happen. And we know that this Hamilton team can score points in bunches. The Dolphins appear to have too many men on the field. Dolphins coaches are upset, trying to get some substitutions in. Defensive coach is not too happy with the turn of events, trying to get people to be focused.
Well, there's 14 guys on the field.
14 guys on the field. So at 4 p.m., folks, we have the 9-1 Essex Ravens, who man, did they go on a tear at the end of the season offensively. In the playoffs, they scored 70 and 45 points, respectively, in their 2 playoff games against 2 formidable foes. And now they are in the championship versus the Cumberland Panthers. So should be a wild JV championship game. 2 offenses that like to throw that football. Jeff Karate comes in with the Cumberland Panthers. Larry Ring is his offensive coordinator, and Mike Henderson is his defensive coordinator. Should be a whale of a ball game at 4 p.m. Here's a toss to Malloy. Malloy to the boundary. Cuts it up, and he's got some room, and he's going to get the first down after a nice 11-yard run by Malloy to the boundary. And the Junior Ticats with their first down in the second half with 5:14 to go here.
That toss always seems to be working, and it's just amazing blocking by the receivers all game from both teams.
Yeah, you mentioned that a couple times. You know, we always talk about the offensive line, and of course both offensive line have to be good to be in this final game. But it is the receivers that are doing a heck of a job blocking down the field and open up these running lanes. And even though the score is where it's at, Hamilton has moved the football at times with some good success in the run game. Here we go. Trips to the right, motion to the left to the quads. Evan Clark rolls out. He doesn't have much time, but he does throw, and it's deflected. Good coverage by number 72 from the Durham Dolphins as he's in on the coverage number. That's Matthew Wong, the linebacker, and he knocks the ball. He deflects the ball out of bounds, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Evan Clark and the Junior Ticats.
And again, in Clark's face is number 67, Bowen. He seems not to be going away.
Yeah, they just can't seal him right now. The big fullback's coming out there. He's not taking a good angle. And like you said, he's just having his way. So trips to the field here. And they motion it to the boundary, quad to the boundary. Here's that jet sweep action. He's got Malloy. Malloy cuts it back, and there's that cutback lane you were talking about. Malloy's got some room. He breaks the tackle. Nice stiff arm. Malloy, he's got a man to beat. He cuts back. What a stutter move. And Malloy with the stiff arm, and he will score. Wow. Dylan Malloy, 50-yard run. How about that, Shane, for a cutback lane?
That's an amazing cutback lane, man.
I got to tell you, folks, they ran that jet sweep action from the quads to the boundary, and I'll tell you, man, but then at the end, I mean, he swiped the guy. It was like he was hitting the hit button, hit stick button in Madden, and the stiff arm button, and then
that little shimmy.
A little shimmy at the end. You don't see that too often. I don't think you can do that, Shane. You're more of a ground and pound guy.
No, I'm the ground and pound, but.
So Hamilton with 4:03 to go. 42-14 is the score. And there's a penalty as Durham is trying to get in and block that extra point. I think the score, yeah, it's 42-14, so that'll make it 15, Shane, if they get this extra point.
And like I said, don't count out Hamilton just yet.
It's only, right now it's a 20, if they get this 27-point ball game, 4 scores, it's lots of time in Canadian football. And it's 13, 14-year-old kids. You never know.
You never know.
But this Durham team, and they block it. Wow. And it's number 47, the kicker, who's had a struggle today. That's Anthony Goldstein. And this guy's a really good football player.
Yeah.
He comes in and blocks it. And so it is a 4-score game right now by 28 points. They lead Durham 42, the Hamilton Junior Tiger-Cats 14, pending the kickoff. So you can see Durham's mentality. They have a big touchdown run, but they come in and block that extra point. And the Hamilton Junior Ticats certainly could have used that point, because then all you would have needed was, 4 converted touchdowns to win the game. But the way this Durham team is playing, Shane, we'll see what Durham has to say about it here, as Hamilton no doubtly will be going for the short kick.
Yeah. I definitely want to see how Durham reacts after that big drive.
Here comes the onside kick attempt. Actually, they're going to kick it deep. It looks, no, they do kick it short. Nice line drive, bounces into, I think that's Park's hands. Yeah, it's the quarterback. And how many teams put their quarterback on the front line, Shane, to get the onside kick? Talk about Park there and the good positioning he had on that football.
Yeah. He just scooped and grabbed it and kicked it right at him.
Yeah. Again, sinking your hips, getting low to the ground, clawing the ground, securing the football, and then trying to get a couple yards extra at the end was Park.
But like you said, not every day you see the QB, your starting QB, on kick return.
Yeah, Durham pretty happy with Park this year. He's been a pretty solid player, You know, his completion percentage maybe not the best, but I'll tell you, the balls he has completed have been big plays, and he's thrown for a lot of yards on not a lot of completion. So here we go, that bunch quad formation, and they run a little flip inside play, flipper play, and the junior Ticats aren't fooled, and they stop it. So we have second and about, well, let's call it 10 here, Shane, on that fake toss kind of counter play back to the field.
On that play, just the defensive line just got through as quick as they could. They weren't fooled. They seen this
quads formation, yeah. So here we go, under center again is Park. He's got a double tight end look. That was an illegal formation as they had too many guys in the line, and it's Mason Watson, and he is going to rumble and stumble and bumble, and he will go all the way. Mason Watson, 54 yards to the house, and right now it's a track meet, Shane.
I'm telling you, Durham came to play, and they are just outrunning this team. Once they get to the edge, they're gone.
I don't know if we see the replay there, but there was an illegal formation as they had a wide receiver on the line and a tight end, Shane, but to no avail. The referees didn't see it, and so with 2:49 to go, 48-14, pending the extra point from Park, who's come on in the second half to get his last two. High snap, and the wide receiver gets it, and he's going to get tackled, so no extra points. So 48-14 is the score with 2:49 to go, Shane. Like you said, Durham's come to play. The Ticats put up a little bit of a fight, but it just seems like it's been all Durham here in this ball game.
Yeah, for sure, and especially in the second half. That's two big scores already coming out, and if Hamilton cannot do something soon, this game's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, the score was 14-7. You know, it was a good football game early, and then it just seemed like the junior Ticat defense was just exhausted from being on the field. These two running backs and this O-line are very difficult to deal with. Then on top of it, you throw Park's ability to make plays on 3rd and long, and it's just a recipe for disaster. So Durham comes to kick off. Fans, a reminder, at 4 p.m. we'll have the JV championship game, the first ever OPFL championship game, live on WeeStream from Richardson Stadium, home of the Queens Golden Gales. It will be the Essex Ravens versus the Cumberland Panthers. There's a high kick, short. It bounces off a junior Ticat, and I think Durham might have it, but we'll see. We'll have to wait for the signal here.
Our Hamilton player comes out with it.
Was it Hamilton?
Yes.
So my bad on that call. Thank you, Shane. So the junior Ticats will retain the football. And then at 7 p.m., fans, we will have the granddaddy of them all, the game you've all been waiting for, the Ottawa Sooners versus the London Junior Mustangs for the first ever varsity OPFL championship. 7 p.m. on WeeStream. Check your local cable provider. I know some of the cable TV in the hometowns will be carrying this broadcast as well on their local Rogers TV or Cogeco. 2:41 to go here, Shane, and here comes Evan Clark. Last time they handed the ball off to Malloy. He made a beautiful cut on a beautiful run. Like I said, it's been a track meet here in the second half. There's Malloy. Once again, he gets the football, cuts it up inside, another move. And Malloy is just, he's just not giving up. I love this kid, man. He just doesn't give up. He's had a great game. And it doesn't matter what the score is, Shane. He keeps grounding and pounding.
He's looking like a human joystick out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I still like that little whoop that he did for the touchdown. But then you give the ball to Mason Watson, and it's like watching Usain Bolt run down. It's just been a track meet here, folks. Yeah. Some great running on both sides. Obviously, with Marest and Mason, Durham Dolphins have had the better of the Ticats, but it's both sides have had some great runs. Quads to the field here for Evan Clark. Here's that whip motion, and he hands it off once again. And Malloy's got it, and he's got some room. Here goes Malloy. Little stutter step, cuts back inside, and he is going to have enough for the first down. As there's two Durham Dolphins, number 36 and number 67, Bowen, all the way out from his defensive field line. He's on the field side all the way into the boundary, making that tackle. Shane.
67 is just everywhere. He's honestly like number 5, Owen Rash, just in every single play.
Yeah, it's real nice when you see the big boys that can run. And, this kid, he's big, but boy, can he move. Here we go, 1st and 10 for Evan Clark. Right hash, ball on the 39-yard line of the Durham Dolphins. He's got quads to the boundary. He rolls to the boundary, and he's got some room. He looks, he throws, he's got a man wide open, and it's just overshot, incomplete. I bring up 2nd and 10 here for Evan Clark, but a nice play design, and the receiver stopped running there, Shane.
Yeah, he kind of just stopped, and then he overthrew it. Kind of had the pressure in his face, so he couldn't really set. But it was a good throw, but it was just a little over.
Well, that was the first time that in a while that we saw Evan Clark getting out the edge and at least being able to set up and throw when he wanted to. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for the junior Ticats. Trips to the field with a hammered fullback. There's the toss, and here he goes. Malloy has had himself a pretty good ball game. He looks pretty gassed there on that run. He gets about 4 yards, but Shane, he's tired right now. You played running back. Yeah. He's pretty tired.
It gets tiring. When you're going every single play, you're getting hit by all three levels of the defense. It takes a toll.
So 3rd and 7 for Clark with the ball on the left hash. Obviously 4-down territory and 20 seconds left and clock running here, Shane, for the London Junior Mustangs. Here comes Clark. Again, quads to the boundary. He rolls. There's the pressure. Steps up, throws. He's got a man. It is intercepted by number 47. 47 gets that interception, and I really like that kid. I talked about him earlier. That's Anthony Goldstein, the defensive back, with a big play. And with no time left at the end of the 3rd quarter, fans, you're watching on WeeStream OPFL Bantam Championship. It is the Durham Dolphins 48 at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Hamilton Junior Ticats 14, and with 12 minutes to go, Shane, it's about in the books here. Anything can happen, but
anything can happen, but it's looking like it's going.
34-point game, I think you want to call it. It's going to be less than a miracle. Actually, at this point, it's a 34 points. So the clock. This is the funny part. So the clock doesn't run here because it's not a 35-point total.
Yeah, they have to wait the extra point.
They're still within that total, and so the clock will remain on Hamilton's side. So there is a chance.
But look for that score from Durham and watch the clock run down.
Yeah. Yeah, 35-point lead in the second half. The clock will run continuously.
But like you're saying about number 47, he's making up for those 2 missed extra points.
Yeah, for sure. So here we go. Park, gun split, trips to the boundary. He pump fakes. He looks. He's got a guy, and he is. Oh! Looked like he was sacked. What a move! And this is the thing about Park. He's able to move around, and here he goes. Pump fakes again, a la Doug Flutie, that number 2 number. And he goes out of bounds. And it looked like he was going to lose 10. He somehow gains 4, Shane.
Yeah, I don't know what's on this Durham's jerseys, but these guys are slipping out.
Yeah. Must be that gray. They look like sharks with the gray, that charcoal gray that Richard Carey has chosen for his Durham Dolphins. You know he's got to be happy. Inaugural OPFL championship, and he's in the ship here at Bantam, and it looks like with a 48-14 lead and 11 minutes to go that they will have accomplished everything they set out to at the Bantam level. Here we go. Trips once again to the boundary for Park. He looks. He's got a man. He throws. He's got him, and it's just overshot. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't really think the receiver realized that the ball was coming at him that quick.
Yeah. Nice little play design, though, as they did try to get the shot to him there. And with the incomplete pass, it'll bring up 3rd and about 7 for Park here, Shane.
Yeah, and I would look for him to throw the ball again. Why not take the chance? You're up 34 points.
Well, they got Morass and Watson still in the backfield, so we'll see what they do here. And they run the toss, this time to Watson. Morass with a big block, but Watson's bottled up. So Hamilton with 10:51 to go here and counting. They're going to finally get a punt here. Remember last time, though, at the end of the half, when they went to punt, Park ran for that touchdown, but an illegal block brought it back. So we'll see what happens here if Durham elects to actually punt here with 10:38 to go. The OPFL Championship Day is brought to you by WeeStream, Ontario's premier professional live streaming company, www.weestream.com. I want to thank you fans for joining us. Durham is trying to get their punt team on. Looks like they're going to have to take a delay here of some sort, or a timeout. They actually take a timeout. They're trying to get everybody in. And so something they've done pretty much all year. It's just interesting that there's confusion of who's supposed to be out there.
Definitely, I think guys are looking for rest, and these guys are both. A lot of these guys are going both ways, and it's tough.
So in talking to Bill Martindale when he asked me to do these games, Shane, it was obviously a privilege. I want to thank him. He's done a great job being the vice president for the OPFL this year, and obviously we have the Litson's Cup that we'll talk about later on. Today is the Hamilton Junior Ticats are actually in the lead of the Litson's Cup. Great incentive program to promote sportsmanlike play, and some teams are going to be able to go with some money for some equipment at T. Litson Sports, one of the OPFL's biggest sponsors. So 4th down, Park. His heels will sit on about the 13-yard line on the left hash. High snap, catches at about the 12, and he drives an end-over-end punt, maybe 15 yards. So the punting game hasn't been the strength today. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
So here comes the Durham defense with 10 minutes to go, 48-14. And again, at the 34-point mark, really, if it was 35, the clock would be running right now. Yeah. But it's not. So you know what? I know Durham's trying to get everybody in. Hamilton will have a better chance to score, Shane. You got to be careful at this point. Yeah. I mean, it's 34 points, so it's going to be tough. But we'll see what happens.
But it's Canadian football. You never know. It's always that miracle. Never say never.
So here comes Evan Clark. He's went the whole way for the Hamilton Junior Ticats. A little bit of rain coming down. They go quads to the field. Clark keeps it. Clark's going to make some move. Clark's got a nice little run, and he'll bumble and stumble right down to about the 15-yard line. And it'll bring a first down here for the Hamilton Junior Ticats.
I think that's one of the first times that Durham's made Clark use his mobility.
Yeah, I think, though, that was a design play there, Shane, where he was a quarterback sweep. I think they were looking to do the whip again, but I think everybody was confused, and Clark just kept that one and followed his blockers. And that's the thing about that quads look. You know, we'd like to see a little more of that as the rain starts to come down a little bit more here with 9:09 to go. Clark hands it off inside, a little counter action to the big guy, number 97, and he's got himself a little bit of a crease, and he'll be very close to another first down. He'll be close to another first down, and that's the carry was by Devon Stansbury out of St. Catherine, Hamilton.
Oh, and the rain's about starting to come down really hard, man.
Yeah. That's all right. Here we go. 2nd down and about 3 here for the Junior Ticats. Evan Clark. The rain coming in. They go quads to the boundary. Look for Clark to maybe keep it, and he hands it off inside to Malloy. And Malloy's got nothing there. Malloy's exhausted. I mean, he's spent. This kid has had a pretty good rushing day, close to 200 yards himself on the ground. But right now he's spent, so it'll bring up 3rd and call it about 4 or 3 for the Hamilton Junior Ticats.
Yeah, and like you said, Malloy, he's been going all game, and I think he's one of the big bright spots on this Hamilton offense.
I just like to see that quarterback sweep again because they didn't really stop it. So here we go, quads. Again, the whip action. Malloy tired, looking to cut it in, and he does. And Malloy's going to find the corner of the end zone as he rumbles and pounds himself over the goal line. And a nice 10-yard run by the Hamilton Junior Ticat running back. And I'll tell you, Donovan Malloy has really turned some heads today. It is 48-20 now for the Durham Dolphins with 7:42 to go. Shane, talk about that run.
It was a designed jet sweep, and he just outran everyone. Put his foot in the ground, and he was gone.
And you talk about flirting with disaster. It's 48-20, still a 28-point ball game, probably 27 if he makes this. Although the last one was blocked. Punches it through, so it's a 27-point ball game. And so here's the thing, and you got to like what Durham's doing. They're playing everybody. But they never got that 35-point lead, so the clock is stopping. So right now the clock is on Hamilton's side. And we'll see if they go right back to Maressa and Watson and try to put this one finally away. Put the final nail in the coffin.
I think that's what they're going to do.
I'll tell you, Hamilton can score, boy. They can score in bunches. So 7:42 to go. You know, Durham has really been by far the better football team. You know, the junior Ticats have looked really good on offense at times, and it's just been the inability to stop Mason Watson and Owen Marest. So the kickoff being set up. The ball put on the 45-yard line, the right hash for the Hamilton Junior Ticat kicker.
These are the awards that we're going to be handing out to the players. Okay.
So here comes the kickoff as they're going to try and kick the onside kick. Hamilton will get it, but it didn't go 10 yards, Shane. So you know what happens there.
Yeah, the ball goes on the 45-yard line.
So stay tuned, fans, for after the game, as we will have the offensive player of the game, the defensive player of the game, and then, of course, the player of the game awards. As one of these teams will be going away with the first ever BANTAM AAA championship. Right now, Shane, it looks like the Durham Dolphins, as they come out on offense with 7:40 to go. Fans, at 4 o'clock, don't forget, we have the real good matchup between the Essex Ravens and the Cumberland Panthers. 4 p.m. JV first ever OPFL championship. Here comes Park. He hands the ball off to Marest, and Marest is going to fumble the football, and Hamilton's got it. So like I said, I know it seems like it's over, but there's a lot of time left. They never got to that 35 points. The clock stops, and Marest, for the second time, Shane, fumbles the football.
Man, that's a surprise. You haven't really seen that all year from him. He's been a really solid running back. And
yeah, he's holding his arm right now, and we don't want to see that kid get hurt. In my opinion, definitely up for the Player of the Game award if I had a vote. And he's taking a knee right now, so this doesn't look good. It's his left forearm that he's holding right at about the elbow. So the junior Ticats with 7:19 to go. Shane, you know, you never say never, right?
For sure. Hamilton's not going away without a fight.
You got to like the way he completely battled to stay within this game. I mean, it's 48-21 right now. They need to score, and they need to score quickly. Here's Evan Clark. He rolls out. He's looking at the bunch. He throws. He's got a receiver, but he overshoots him, and it's incomplete. And I think, you know, that quarterback sweep to me is the play you want to go to right now, because it was unstoppable in the last drive.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, the run game cannot be stopped by either team once they get to the edge.
Hamilton, though, understanding the urgency of the situation. Coach Bartolomeo trying to get it all, not all back, but get it back without the clock being the factor. So incomplete pass, the clock will run. We're not under 3 minutes. 48-21, 6:45 and counting. The junior Ticats, you wonder when they're going to start employing that hurry-up offense. Quads to the field. There's that jet sweep to Dylan Malloy. Malloy gets the edge, but he doesn't get much more than another really good tackle by number 20, Baptiste. But we saw that tackle back in a few weeks ago, and it wasn't called, but this time it's called a 15-yard penalty. And you just can't take guys and throw them down like he just did.
And that's so Baptiste, and he's still going at him. And
well, he's got to learn, and Baptiste is a great player, but you just can't throw guys down with the intent to injure. It's just the way it is. The game has changed. Back in the day, that would have been a phenomenal tackle, but nowadays it's going to be flagged, and you just cost your team 15 yards. So, you know, definitely Baptiste is a throwback player, Shane, but I'll tell you, that 15-yard penalty gives Hamilton a first down with 6:30 to go. And they got another penalty, so I don't know, I guess the ball moved up 30. There was two, so he got the 15-yarder, and then one more, and he's out of the game. As we see Owen Marest, number 5, walking on the sideline. Looks to be okay, Shane.
Yeah, it just seemed like he was a little shaken up there. And
here we go. Evan Clark, looks like there's movement. No penalty flag. Evan Clark's going to keep it. He's going to run, throws. He's got his receiver, the big fullback, and he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards. And it should bring up 2nd and 2 here for the Hamilton Junior Ticats.
And it looked there was about 5 or 6 gray jerseys there. Made the tackle.
Yeah, he was rolling out, and he just found his receiver wide open. Instead of keeping it and taking the penalty, gave it to the big guy. And big number 97 for the Hamilton Junior Ticats, Davin Stansberry, gets about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Junior Ticats with 5:57 to go. 2nd and 3 for Clark. Quads to the field this time. 2 receivers to the boundary. He's got that jet sweep action. And he's got Malloy. Malloy tries to break a tackle. But who makes the play? Number 67, Bowen. Wow, this kid has had himself one heck of a ball game from the defensive line position. That 3-tech, and it looks like some words there. And the referees are trying to sort it out. Almost another penalty there, Shane.
Yeah, and 67, and he's been everywhere. But we're gonna see a little confrontation between players now. That is getting towards the end, and the score how it is, and
well, things look good as they have a pretty good JV team. The Durham Dolphins do, so they're setting up a pretty good Bantam squad up. The Durham should be pretty solid next year at JV. Play action. Clark's got his man one-on-one. He's got his man. He shoots it, and he just overshoots him by about a yard. Incomplete, and once again, great coverage by the Durham Dolphins secondary.
That's amazing coverage, and he just overshot him, and like if Clark could get it on a little bit, he would be dead on.
So I've got right now, fans. I've got Bill Martindale, one of the vice president of the OPFL. Bill, your first inaugural championship. Great job. Talk about today.
Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled. We're getting a little bit of rain right now, unfortunately, but it's been a great day. The Grenadiers, the Deers organization, did a great job with the stadium and the game day. We're excited with the product on the field. We got two great teams down here. The Durham, the team obviously looks great today. Same as Hamilton, but boy, we've got the best show in town, I think.
Well, thank you to the board and everything you've done this year, and we look forward to talking to you later on for those big games. We've got some good games, JV and varsity, coming up on WeeStreem.
Big game. Really excited. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. That's Bill Martindale, the vice president of the OPFL, and we'll get some more interviews. Hopefully I'll get Glenn Mills later if I get a chance, as the Essex Ravens will shoot for their first ever OPFL JV championship. And now there's some question on what's going on, whether they got a first down or not. And they're saying that Durham's got the first down.
Well, they're saying that turnover on downs, but the Hamilton coach is arguing that it's that's the first down. But
yeah, they're saying no, it's not. So it is Durham's ball, and so with 4:39 to go, Shane, 48-21. I think it's just a matter of the
clock,
the proverbial clock to run out. But Durham, what a solid Bantam team. We'll give your thoughts on Durham after this call here, Shane. So 1st and 10 for Park. And it really is coming down. Let's hope this rain goes away for our next 2 games. There's a handoff. And Mason Watson lunges for about 6 or 7. So 4:27 to go. Talk about the Durham Dolphins and what you saw today, Shane.
Durham all day was just able to run the ball. Offensive line was amazing. The receivers walking downfield was amazing. And defensively, the coverage was amazing. 67 was a standout player on defense, always in the QB's face. Number 5 was Owen Morass, going both ways.
Yeah, you know, it's exceptional to watch. It's been a great year of football at the Bantam level, and the future is bright for the OPFL at the Bantam level. Here we go, handoff inside. Mason Watson, and he fumbles the football, and we'll see who's got it. I don't know if he held on to it with those big hands. It looked like he was juggling it, but it's Durham's ball, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2. So even Mason proving he's a little bit human, Shane.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So the Hamilton Junior Ticats, their first year in the OPFL, nothing to shake their heads at it. They punched their berth to the championship. A well-coached team, Coach Bartholomew, and you know, just a solid physical football team. And just today they've come up a little short. Here we go, Park. It's a new quarterback, number 16, and he hands it off to the big fullback. Morass comes back in, and after he fumbled, looks like he wanted to get one more carry and show that he's okay. And again, he goes down hard. And I know it's the end of the year, but this kid's got a high school season, first year of high school coming up wherever he's from. So we got to keep him healthy. Don't want to get him too banged up.
Yeah, it looks like he's what's come out. They're bringing in Baptiste there.
So first down, and Durham with 3 minutes to go. Morass comes out, and what a warrior. There's a picture. I don't know if we can get a picture of Morass. There's a picture of a warrior, a football player at the Bantam level that I believe is the best Bantam football player all around. Here we go. Play number 16 at quarterback the Durham Dolphins. He kept the zone read there and probably is thinking better of it. That's Kane Holmes on Kane Holness at quarterback for the Durham Dolphins, and he is bottled up for a loss of about 3 yards. It'll bring up second, I'll call it 2 yards, 2nd and 12 for the Durham Dolphins as the rain, ladies and gentlemen, is coming down. Not good news for the two teams playing later unless it goes away. Here's the handoff inside. Mason Watson grinds out about 5 or 6. Bring up about a 3rd and let's call it 5 for Durham. 3rd and 6. Yeah, call it 3rd and 6 for the Durham Dolphins as the rain begins to come down. Sure, it's good for the crops and everything else, but you know, it's in a way, Shane, it's good that the score is what it is. It's not going to affect the score. Hopefully, it won't be like this for the remainder of the day. There's the handoff. Mason Watson, he's going to be close to another first down. About a yard or 2. Depends on the spot. And somebody's grabbing their knee from the Durham Dolphins. And that's a big lineman. I don't know if we can get his number.
Number 90? Number 90.
Number 90 for Durham. Let's hope he's okay. He's a heck of a football player, that number 90.
90, 30.
30, sorry. It's number 30 that's down. Kendrick Diedrich. Let's hope he's okay as he's looking at the lower body here. Waiting for number 40 to get in. Marcus Smith. He was the guy, the vocal leader at the beginning, Shane, for the Durham Dolphins. So, as we said, fans, 2:18 to go here. We will have the player of the game introductions, and we'll do that as the announcer, stadium announcer, announces them as they give a handoff to Diedrich, who's had a pretty good football game. Let's hope he's going to be okay.
Hey, Coach, you got to give it to Hamilton. They've battled all day, and number 5, that running back, he just gave it his all, man. If I had to pick a player of the game from Hamilton, that's definitely him.
Yeah, him or Veneri. Veneri was pretty good on the defensive side. We'll see what happens. The rain's really coming down now. I want to thank WeeStream as we give you this broadcast, and I'm glad that I'm not getting too wet. There we go. Park, 4th down. He's going to keep it, and he's not going to get it. And Hamilton will get the football with 2:11 to go here, Shane. And like you said, Hamilton, nothing to shake their heads at. A great season, well-deserving West champions and the East champions. The Durham Dolphins up to the task today. They vanquished all their opponents, undefeated season. Richard Caracari and all the coaching staff got to be really happy here for the Durham Dolphins as they are 2 minutes away from their first ever and the first ever OPFL AAA championship.
Yeah, and both teams had an amazing year. And at the Bantam level, every team was good. Every week is good.
It's like the floodgates have opened up from heavens right now as maybe the Dolphins want to go swimming or something. I don't know.
I think that's what it is.
There's a handoff fumble. Hamilton's going to Ticats end. Look who's got the ball, number 67, Bowen. And I'll tell you,
he seems to be everywhere today.
Him and Morask, in my opinion, have been the two-way players that have been the difference, I think, for the Durham Dolphins. So we'll see if Durham sits on a knee here, tries to get out of here. And that was lightning, so that was thunder. So we'll see what that does to the game.
God has given Durham a little Gatorade shower here.
So there's coverage. I didn't see the lightning, so I'm not sure why they're calling it. But with 2:06 to go. There's a half-hour delay that will take place right now, fans. If it was lightning, but I didn't see the lightning. So Durham's excited. We're trying to get our cameras from WeeStream protected here, as both teams have to go under the tent. So we will come back. We'll take a 30-minute break here. 2:06 to go. 48-21 Durham Dolphins, 2:06 away from their first ever Bantam AAA championship. All right, well, we're back, and they've called this football game with 2:06 to go. As both teams will shake hands, we will soon get to the awards. As the Durham Dolphins, AAA BANTAM, first ever champions, 11-0, running the table, going undefeated the whole season. Congratulations to Richard Caracari and his organization, and to the Durham Dolphins, and a great shout out to the Hamilton Junior Ticats, West champions. They come in today, but just didn't have enough, Shane. 48-21, but congratulations to Coach Bartholomew and the West Championship, and really doing well here to come here and put on a good show. Dylan Malloy, one of the guys that stood out for Hamilton for sure.
Yeah, and it was an amazing game from both teams. Hamilton has nothing to put their head down for. They played their hearts out, and like you said, Dylan Malloy he was probably the best offensive player.
Yeah, there's two guys that we'll talk about. There's Dylan Malloy, and then there's the Bowen.
Yeah.
Bowen was a phenomenal two-way player. Obviously, I have the awards here, so I kind of know who's won, but those are two guys that I think stood out clearly, as well as and it doesn't look like we're going to get to the awards ceremony, as another thunderbolt went off and the players are running for cover. But the Durham Dolphins have won the inaugural championship, and I guess I'll give you the awards winners, because I'm not sure we're going to be able to do the awards because of what just happened. But the offensive MVP today, Shane, was number 4, Mason Watson. What a great game for Mason.
That was
running the football, catching the football, he did it all. Defensive MVP was from Hamilton, number 53, Anthony Veneri, well deserving, all over the field in that first half, and one of the best players we've seen this year as a guy that had the scheme for him.
Yeah,
and of course number 5. The player of the game, Owen Morast, no question.
Yeah.
Although there was Bowen and there was obviously the Hamilton running back, number 5.
But like you said, Owen Morast was just all over the field, and he's well deserved of that award.
Yeah, you can see him there. He's got the big hair. Number 5, his jersey's torn. Just one of them throwbacks that you don't see too often. And it's just been a great pleasure to be able to give you this broadcast of this game. The Durham Dolphins celebrating on the field, and well-deserving. Once again, your offensive MVP from Durham, Mason Watson. Your defensive MVP, number 53, Anthony, as I don't know if we're getting the Gatorade there, as it just got thrown down on their head coach. And Anthony Veneri, defensive MVP, and the player of the game, number 5, Owen Morast, who I believe was by far the best football player I've seen in a long time.
Yes.
At the Bantam level. That
is for sure.
So as they're trying to get to midfield, they're going to do the awards, and we'll kind of listen to what they have to say. And again, Shane, talk about your first game ever that you were able to bring a game to the fans. Talk about today.
Definitely being a player and being able to like analyze it from like what I would see was helped me a lot. Seeing it from the booth and seeing why like a coach would yell at me for doing something, it makes you really look at it. But it was an amazing game from both teams, and I'm really looking forward to the next game coming up.
Yeah, it should be a whale of a ball game. 2 great passing attacks. Cumberland Panthers at the JV level versus the Essex Ravens. Jake Hayden, one of the best quarterbacks you're going to see in Ontario at that age group. They will duel it out. 2 great quarterbacks, actually, Shane. Maybe we'll get the Cumberland quarterback name as you take a look here, as they're trying to bring number 30 back on the field for the trophy presentation. And you see all the Durham players running out to their teammate, trying to bring him out. And Bill Martindale trying to organize what's going on. And I'm not sure what's going on. Hamilton's walking off. Durham's walking off. And Durham is broken out into song. I'm not sure what they're ready for. The season's over, but congratulations to your 2017 Bantam AAA champions, the Durham Dolphins. And again, we talked about the awards, Shane, and been a great season of Bantam football. last week, the semifinal games brought a lot of drama, close ball games, and then, of course, in the championship, what everyone kind of expected, because Durham was a great football team. They come out and 48-21 victors over the Hamilton Junior Ticats. So as we close the broadcast, we'll be back at 4 p.m. We'll give you the Cumberland versus the Essex Ravens. And then, of course, at 7 o'clock, we'll see you on WeeStream as we will do the varsity game, the Ottawa Sooners versus the London Junior Mustangs. We'll see you back at 4 p.m.